In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to manifest from the heart rather than the ego. We're going to talk about the difference between those two and why it matters so much in manifesting. But before we get into that, if you're new here, my name is Kaisa, and on this channel we are manifesting our dream life. So if that sounds like something you would like to do as well, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified whenever I post new videos. But now, let's talk about the difference between the ego and the heart. So, what the ego is basically the unobserved mind, as Eckhart Tolle says. It is the mind with all these thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that we buy into. And we identify with them, we believe them to be true of who we are and how things are. We believe in them. We get upset when we get this so-called negative thought. We believe it to be true of who we are. That is the ego. And if you are manifesting from your ego, it can look something like, I want to have this relationship, or I want to have this money, this lottery win, because it would make me feel happy. It would make me feel fulfilled. Once this will happen, once I'll get this, once I'll be like this, then I'll be happy, then I'll feel good, then everything will change. The ego is always running away from the present moment, because the presence, who we truly are, and the ego, who we might think we are, that false self, those two cannot exist at the same time. Because if you're present, you're basically aware of the ego, and you are no longer that ego. So when you are manifesting from your heart, it looks a lot different. Because when you are in that heart state, what it looks like is that you are home. You are that presence. You are who you are meant to be. Being in the heart state is the true essence of your being. You could call it love, you could call it abundance, you could call it whatever you want to call it. But it's this alignment, this ultimate good feeling, the presence, the love, heart. That's who we are. And when we are in that state of being, we realize that we already are that love that we desire. We already are that abundance. And therefore, we can be happy and fulfilled in this very moment. We don't need to set any conditions like once this will happen, or once I'll get this thing, then I'll be happy. You don't need to do that, because when we are in that heart state, we are home. We know that this is who we are, and we don't lack anything. Because when you are trying to manifest from the ego, you are living in that lack. Kind of like, if I don't get this thing, then I'll be miserable, I'll be sad. That identification with all those negative thoughts and beliefs, getting upset by the outer reality events, all that kind of stuff. And when you are trying to manifest from the ego, it can be very difficult for you to get what you want. Because as manifesting works is that you first need to feel as if you already have your desire, because everything begins within. Once you feel like you already have your desire, your vibrational frequency changes, and that is going to attract a corresponding reality into your life. Corresponding situations and people that are basically going to approve to you that whatever you feel within is true. So if you're manifesting from the ego, you're basically manifesting from the lack. And what you're going to experience even more of is, drumroll, yes, lack. Because when you're trying to manifest something from the lack, you are not going to get that thing, because we don't manifest what we want or desire. No matter how hard, how badly we want something, we are not going to get it. We're going to get what we are. If we feel love, if we feel abundant, all those amazing high vibrations, we are going to experience even more good things in our lives. So when we're manifesting from our hearts instead, it's a very, very big difference, because we know that the money, the love, that relationship, whatever it is that we want to manifest, we know that it already exists. We already are that love that we want to be. We already are this abundance that we want to attract. And it comes naturally to us. We don't need to seek anything. We don't need to run after money or fame or relationships, because we know that the ego doesn't know that getting something in the outer reality is not going to satisfy you. It's never going to fully satisfy you. It might think that once I get this thing, then I'll be happy. It might convince you of that. But it's not true. Like, how many times have you wanted something and then you got it and then you were like, okay, what's next? That's the ego. But when you're manifesting from your heart, whether it be that relationship or money, you get to enjoy every day, because you're just enjoying this very moment, this present moment. You're enjoying who you are. And that love and money, whatever it is, in this outer reality is only going to be a byproduct of you being surrendering to who you truly are, which is that love, abundance, all that fun stuff. So how can you manifest from the heart instead of the ego? Like, sometimes it can be difficult to differentiate whether or not your desire is coming from the heart or the ego. So the way you can figure out if this desire is coming from the heart or the ego is to focus on how you feel. Ask yourself, how do I feel about my manifestation? Is there any desperate feelings related to it? Is there a lot of sadness related to it? Is there any condition like, oh my God, I have to get it, I absolutely have to get it, or otherwise like my life is going to be so horrible? Because if you have something like that going on, then it's a very clear sign that you are trying to manifest from the ego. But when you're manifesting from the heart, the process can feel something like, I'm manifesting this money or this relationship. I'm doing my practice, maybe affirmations or some meditation, and I just feel good. I'm thinking about my desire and I just feel good about it. I feel excited. I can even see that, okay, it's not here yet. It's not here today, but it doesn't matter, because I am feeling so good in my own skin right now, in this very moment, in this present moment. That's what it looks like to manifest from your heart. So what if you spot yourself manifesting from the ego? Like, you realize that your desire is actually coming from the ego. I think there are two things you can do about it. Either you let your desire go with the realization that it's not what I actually want. I don't actually want this lottery win. I just want this freedom or this security or whatever. When you become aware of the ego, it can be easier to let it go if it's not something you truly want. But if it's something like you still actually want, it could be that there is a little bit of this heart within that manifestation as well. So what you can do if you spot yourself trying to manifest from the ego, but you want to move, you try to move to that heart place, heart state, away from the ego, what you can do is to really take all that condition out, like away from your desire. Like stop putting that desire on a pedestal. Start truly feeling happy in this moment. Focus on yourself. Practice self-love. Know that you are worth your desire and you can get it by being who you truly are. When you're manifesting from that heart state, you just feel good. That's how you know when you're manifesting from the heart. And that's when all those manifestations come so easily to you as well. So if you find yourself trying to manifest from the ego, it's okay. Either let your desire go by knowing that the desire is not actually what you want, but it's something else. Or then just work on coming back to who you are. Practice presence, practice self-love, practice awareness. And that is going to make a very big difference in manifesting. But that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this one, please give it a like and comment below if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover on this channel. But I will see you in the next video, so bye for now.